Okay, now the map pretty much tells us lot 158 was around. Runs up against the creek, which is pretty easy to find. And Gary Pope said the entrance was pretty much opposite the driveway of 1457. And as we come up here, we see that it's pretty much a slopey area. Looks like it was made for walking. And as we come up here, we found this, looks like a piece of drainage, which we're very happy about, just in the ground. But as we walked up further, bingo, we found remnants of the 6 foot wide steps that led up to the house, and they're in the photo. And as you can see, they're there and they go all the way over to there, so pretty much 6 foot. And then as we looked around, we thought, well, okay, the pool must be down that way, and there is a flat area down there. Definitely a bit exciting. And as we move around, we can see not so much the star pickets, but these flat pieces of rock. And there we go, just here we have moss covered, it's a brick pillar, which is pretty much next to the stairs, which might give us another indicator from the photo. And if we look up there, you can see up there, across there, there's a flat part. And on closer inspection, we thought it was a place to park the car, but I thought, hang on, this place really didn't have a driveway. Let's go have a look. What we're doing here is walking at the back of the steps. The house pretty much went up to the edge of the boundary, which was the creek. Now, walking up here, and which I thought was like maybe a parking spot, but why? But it was probably the back of the house. And we find this flat area has been built up with stones, and there are quite a lot of bricks lying around from, you know, the clearing. But here we've got a flat area where the rocks have been made up. That's obviously a retaining wall, and I'm going on for more flat area, which has been like a terrace. You can see some rocks down there that obviously also helped to make the terrace. But here it looks like a barbecue, and we thought, oh well, seems to be probably original. Why would anyone come up here and build a... Oh, then again, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, people could have done anything. But looking at it, I thought, oh yeah, that's a nice little simple barbecue. It's common for the times, not like today where we buy ones. But as we walked down the terrace again, lo and behold, we find the parts from an old stove which would have been perfect for a makeshift barbecue like that brick one right over there. It's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, there we go. And just obviously the grill's missing, and that must have gone all the way along the back of the house. And where Madeline is down there now, that's probably where the house ended. And looking down, we can see the steepness of the block. And what's not visible, down about there, that's where the pool was. That's where we found those concrete slabs, or that looked like they were either had some tiles on them, or maybe that's all they were. But those bricks were definitely painted a colour. So I'm pretty sure they didn't have membrane in those days, so they probably just painted them with tar or something. I've got no idea. But it's a good find. Now we're heading back home, because I think it's been a very productive day. Just coming past, having another look at the steps. Madeline's given them a bit of a clean there. Looks fantastic. And all around is Auburn bricks. Obviously the bricks used to construct the house back in the day. 1956, I think. 55, 56. But as you can see, it was a steep descent, but that there went all the way down to the road. There was a gradual incline, 6 feet wide. So there would have been some fair bit of engineering and cost put into building the original place, only to be bought back by the government and ripped down so this could be National Park, which is probably a great investment anyway. As we walk back to the car and walking down where the path used to be, we still see remnants, little pieces of this top, I don't know, I call it slate. It just, it's broken away as we walk down towards the car. We were just about to leave, and we saw this, and we dug it up, and we thought, oh, that must be from the house. But as we were walking down to see how much it had changed, because apparently cars used to park at a 90-degree angle to the road here and still not avoid being hit. But we found this retaining wall. It kind of goes brick here, and then it looks like maybe landscaping, but just beyond there, you can see where that tree is there. It goes in, and that's where we discovered the other concrete wall. And when we dug down, it seemed to have the bricks being painted blue, which made us think that that's the edge of the pool. Just uncovered, very high above the mountain highway, but definitely lot 157. It looks like, we thought it was a retaining wall, but it looks like the edge of the pool, judging by the blue of the paint on the bricks. And if we go up just this little bit further, we can actually see some gal outpipes which haven't been pulled out, which is also runs up to the side of once again, that either retaining wall or the edging of the pool. Now that goes, if we go all the way up for about another 10 metres, we get another piece of it here. Sorry, you can see that there, and it goes all the way around here. If we go down here on the road, you can see a retaining wall. Brick there, but rocks there, which we thought may have been a garden, but it goes in and runs all the way along there to the other side of that power pole. You can see Madeline up there standing in front of where the edging is. So I think we've found the pool. Okay, I've just dug down here again. This is just up from where we were, just down from where the gold pipes are sticking out, and just this is about 6 feet or 2 meters away from where I dug up, and here it looks more like there's been blue paint on the inside. So once again, I think this might be the outer end of the pool, right on the edge. Thank you. Now we're right near the edge of the property, and as you can see, there's still big pieces left, and there's bricks that have worked their way down to the bottom. Another piece of, looks like the pathway, and once again more bricks. I'd like to know where the retaining wall ended so the cars could park, because of course the road's been realigned and it's not a single road anymore, dirt road, it's a 2-lane highway. So it's interesting where the property ended. But this little expedition's over, and I think we've had a very productive day. We're on the road and we didn't even realise that we could have seen the edging of the pool quite easy, just staring out at us. What a lovely sight. And Madeline was right. Sorry, Gary was right. So Gary was right. Opposite the back entrance of 1457. If we look up here, there's a thing that Madeline calls the fluffy tree, which is pretty much about there. Hang on. There's a tree about there, and that's where the steps are. So the steps pretty much either come straight this way or they're on an angle like that. So either way, we've got the, because the boundary of 158 is right where the creek is, which is pretty much that white sign there indicating there's a culvert there. And then looks like the pool went right into 157, so maybe Meisels own both blocks. Okay, here I am at the 100-foot mark from the creek, and there is the outlet. I don't know if you can see them, just about, oh, they're in between the there, in between those things there. So that means that they did not encroach on 157. The pool looked like it ended there.